We are streaming live on YouTube. Okay. So let's begin by setting our motivation for doing the practice today. You can think about everyone on the prayer list for the Kadamba Center, or the prayer list for the FPMT, all those who are experiencing difficulties of body, speech, and mind, those who are in the bardo, those who have passed away recently. Perhaps there's someone with sickness in your family. You think of the long and healthy, happy lives of our teachers. And now you can set your own personal dedication for doing the practice today. Now let's start with the refuge and bodhicitta prayer 3 times. Nature incorporating the entire body, speech, mind, qualities, and activity of all the Tathagatas of 3 times in 10 directions, source of 84,000 collections of dharmas, Lord of all Arya Sangha. I seek refuge in the kind and glorious holy root and lineage gurus. I seek refuge in the completely enlightened Lord Buddhas. I seek refuge in the holy Dharma. I seek refuge in the Arya Sangha. I seek refuge in the 8 brothers gone to bliss, the Lord of Medicine Buddhas with their hosts of retinue deities. I seek refuge in the glorious holy protectors, Dharma protector guardians, endowed with the wisdom eye. Nature incorporating the entire body, speech, mind, qualities, and activity of all the Tathagatas of 3 times in 10 directions, source of 84,000 collections of dharmas, Lord of all Arya Sangha. I seek refuge in the kind and glorious holy root and lineage gurus. I seek refuge in the completely enlightened Lord Buddhas. I seek refuge in the holy Dharma. I seek refuge in the Arya Sangha. I seek refuge in 8 brothers gone to bliss, the Lord Medicine Buddhas with their hosts of retinue deities. I seek refuge in the glorious holy protectors, Dharma protector guardians, endowed with the wisdom eye. And the last time. Nature incorporating the entire body, speech, mind, qualities, and activity of all the Tathagatas of 3 times in 10 directions, source of 84,000 collections of dharmas, Lord of all Arya Sangha. I seek refuge in the kind and glorious holy root and lineage gurus. I seek refuge in the completely enlightened Lord Buddhas. I seek refuge in the holy Dharma. I seek refuge in the Arya Sangha. I seek refuge in the 8 brothers gone to bliss, the Lord Medicine Buddhas with their host of retinue deities. I seek refuge in the glorious holy protectors, Dharma protector guardians, endowed with the wisdom eye. I go for refuge until I am enlightened to the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Supreme Assembly. By my merit from giving and other perfections, may I become a Buddha to benefit all sentient beings. I go for refuge until I am enlightened to the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Supreme Assembly. By my merit from giving and other perfections, may I become a Buddha to benefit all sentient beings. I go for refuge until I am enlightened to the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Supreme Assembly. By my merit from giving and other perfections, may I become a Buddha to benefit all sentient beings. Now the 4 immeasurables. All sentient beings who, although self and all appearances are Dharma dhatu by nature, have not realized this. Thus, I shall endow with happiness in the causes of happiness. I shall separate from suffering in the causes of suffering. I shall make inseparable from happiness without suffering, and I shall set in equanimity the cause of well-being, free from attachment, aversion, and partiality. All sentient beings who, although self and all appearances are Dhamma dhatu by nature, have not realized it thus. I shall endow with happiness in the causes of happiness. I shall separate from suffering in the causes of suffering. I shall make inseparable from happiness without suffering, and I shall set in equanimity the cause of well-being, free from attachment, aversion, and partiality. All sentient beings who, although self and all appearances are Dhamma dhatu by nature, have not realized it thus. I shall endow with happiness in the causes of happiness. I shall separate from suffering in the causes of suffering. I shall make inseparable from happiness without suffering, and I shall set in equanimity the cause of well-being, free from attachment, aversion, and partiality. For the welfare of all mother sentient beings, I need to attain complete Buddhahood. Therefore, I'm going to engage in the stage of the path, such as prostrating, making offerings and heartfelt requests, and treating the holy minds to grant blessings to the 8 brothers, gone to bliss, the Lord Medicine Buddhas, with their hosts of retinue deities. To the power of the supreme truth of the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas' blessings, the might of the 2 collections, and the purity of the Dharma Dhatu, may this realm's beings and environment be enriched like Sukhavati with all the desirable perfections of both samsara and nirvana. Jewel ground adorned with trees and with ponds, whose bottoms are covered with gold, silver, and pearl dust, flowers strewn, and sandalwood fragrance rising, human and divine enjoyment, Samantabhadra offerings everywhere. There in the center of a charming jewel palace, on lotuses and lion thrones, Buddhas and Bodhisattvas abide. May everywhere be filled with oceans of clouds of offerings which they enjoy, born to the force of mantra, samadhi, and aspiration. Now the offering cloud mantra. So if you can't follow this, you can just think of Om Ma'ahum. Om Namo Bhagavate Vajrasara Pramadanaye Tathagataye Arahate Sammaksambudaya Teyata Om Vaje Vaje Mahavaje Mahateje Vaje Mahavidya Vaje Mahabodhita Vaje Mahabodhi Mendopasam Karmana Vaje Sarakawa Awarana Vishadana Vaje Soha Om Namo Bhagavate Vajrasara Pramadanaye Tathagataye Arahate Sammaksambudaya Teyata Om Vaje Vaje Mahavaje Mahateje Vaje Mahavidya Vaje Mahabodhita Vaje Mahabodhi Mendopasam Karmana Vaje Sarakawa Awarana Vishadana Vaje Soha Om Namo Bhagavate Vajrasara Pramadanaye Tathagataye Arahate Sammaksambudaya Teyata Om Vaje Vaje Mahavaje Mahateje Vaje Mahavidya Vaje Mahabodhita Vaje Mahabodhi Mendopasam Karmana Vaje Sarakawa Awarana Vishadana Vaje Soha. And we're going to skip to optional extensive version of the power of truth. By the power of truth of the 3 rare sublime ones, the blessings of all the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, the great wealth of the completed 2 collections, and the sphere of phenomena being pure and inconceivable, may these piles of clouds of offerings arising through transformation. By the Bodhisattvas, Arya Samantabhadra, Manjushri, and so forth, unimaginable and inexhaustible, equaling the sky, arise, and in the eyes of the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas of the 10 directions be received. Compassion, protectors in a degenerate time, 7 Suggatas, Buddha Shakyamuni, Holy Dharma, Bodhisattvas, and guardians, invited as a support and protective refuge to protect others and myself. May you come here, gather, and grant your blessings. Root Guru, whose kindness is without equal, King the Shakyas, Manjushri, Shantarakshita, and so on, holding in the hands this profound sutra, to the direct and lineage gurus, I prostrate. To the compassionate ones who liberate destitute beings, 7 Suggatas, Buddha Shakyamuni, and Holy Dharma, Manjushri, Kapdro, Vajrapani, Brahmanishvara, and the Maharajas and Yakshas, I prostrate. Make every collection of offerings actually arranged and emanated to the force of mantra, samadhi, and aspiration. So here you meditate on making extensive offerings. I confess all downfalls and negativities, rejoice in virtues. Here you can meditate on rejoicing on your own past, present, and future merit, the merit of all the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, or the merit of all the great Mahayana teachers. Request and beseech and dedicate such virtues as these to the great enlightenment. Great Bhagawan Assembly, pray, listen. 7 Suggatas, just as you promised, your previous prayers will be fulfilled during the final period of Shakyamuni's teachings. Pray, show me in actuality it is true. To the Bhagawan Tathagata Arhat, fully enlightened Buddha, renowned and glorious King of X and Signs, I prostrate, offer, and go for refuge. To the Bhagawan Tathagata Arhat, fully enlightened Buddha, renowned and glorious King of X and Signs, I prostrate, offer, and go for refuge. To the Bhagawan Tathagata Arhat, fully enlightened Buddha, renowned and glorious King of X and Signs, I prostrate, offer, and go for refuge. To the Bhagawan Tathagata Arhat, fully enlightened Buddha, renowned and glorious King of X and Signs, I prostrate, offer, and go for refuge. To the Bhagwan Tathagata Arhat, fully enlightened Buddha, renowned glorious King of X and Science, I prostrate, offer, and go for refuge. To the Bhagwan Tathagata Arhat, fully enlightened Buddha, renowned glorious King of X and Science, I prostrate, offer, and go for refuge. To the Bhagwan Tathagata Arhat, fully enlightened Buddha, renowned glorious King of X and Science, I prostrate, offer, and go for refuge. Please may the pleasures you made ripen upon myself and all sentient beings right now. May all my pure prayers succeed immediately. Golden in color with mudra of granting refuge. Who accomplished 8 prayers, majestic with the glory of 2 accumulations, glorious one of the Buddha field unconquered by others, to renowned glorious King of excellent signs, I prostrate. In flowers the major marks, flourishing pure, anthers of minor signs, such a beautiful body, one who sees, hears, or thinks of you is glorified, to renowned glorious King of excellent signs, I prostrate. I make every collection of offerings actually arranged and emanated to the force of mantra, samadhi, and aspiration. I confess all downfalls and negativities, rejoice in virtues, request and beseech and dedicate such virtues as these to the great enlightenment, to the force of hearing the conqueror's name, expressing it, remembering, prostrating, offering, may all sentient beings such as ourselves be free from epidemics, execution, criminals, and spirits, have faculties fully complete, have the continuum of suffering and negativities cut, not fall to lower realms, and experience the happiness of humans and gods. With hunger, thirst, and poverty pacified, may there be wealth, without torments of body, such as bindings and beatings, without harm of tigers, lions, and snakes, with conflict pacified, endowed with loving minds of relief from fear flood as well, may we pass to fearless bliss. And when we pass away from this life, may we, born from lotus in that Buddha field qualities complete, become a vessel for transmitting the teachings of conquerors such as renowned glorious King of excellent signs, and cause them delight. To the Bhagwan Tathagata Arhat, fully enlightened Buddha, King of melodious sound, brilliant radiance of skill, adorned with jewels, moon, and lotus, I prostrate, offer, and go for refuge. To the Bhagwan Tathagata Arhat, fully enlightened Buddha, King of melodious sound, brilliant radiance of skill, adorned with jewels, moon, and lotus, I prostrate, offer, and go for refuge. To the Bhagwan Tathagata Arhat, fully enlightened Buddha, King of melodious sound, brilliant radiance of skill, adorned with jewels, moon, and lotus, I prostrate, offer, and go for refuge. To the Bhagwan Tathagata Arhat, fully enlightened Buddha, King of melodious sound, brilliant radiance of skill, adorned with jewels, moon, and lotus, I prostrate, offer, and go for refuge. To the Bhagwan Tathagata Arhat, fully enlightened Buddha, King of melodious sound, brilliant radiance of skill, adorned with jewels, moon, and lotus, I prostrate, offer, and go for refuge. To the Bhagwan Tathagata Arhat, fully enlightened Buddha, King of melodious sound, brilliant radiance of skill, adorned with jewels, moon, and lotus, I prostrate, offer, and go for refuge. To the Bhagwan Tathagata Arhat, fully enlightened Buddha, King of melodious sound, brilliant radiance of skill, adorned with jewels, moon, and lotus, I prostrate, offer, and go for refuge. Please may the pledges you made ripen upon myself and all sentient beings right now. May all my pure prayers succeed immediately. Yellow in color with the mudra of granting the supreme, who accomplished 8 prayers, majestic with the glory of 2 accumulations, glorious one of the Buddha field endowed with jewels, I prostrate to King of melodious sound. All adorned with jeweled moon and lotus, wisdom expanded in mastery of all noble objects, endowed with the mind as deep as the ocean, I prostrate at the feet of King of melodious sound. I make every collection of offerings, actually arranged and emanated, through the force of mantra, samadhi, and aspiration. I confess all downfalls and negativities, rejoice in virtues, request and beseech and dedicate such virtues as these to the great enlightenment, to the force of hearing the conqueror's name, expressing it, remembering, prostrating, and offering. For all sentient beings such as ourselves, may the distracted flourish in the Dharma, have wealth and goods of humans and gods, without torment at conception, be always born human, never be separated from bodhicitta, increase in virtuous Dharma, purify obscurations, and attain the happiness of humans and gods. May we be free from being separated from the spiritual God, from dark ages, spirit harm, death, and enemies, and from the dangers of isolated places. May we have enthusiasm for making offerings and performing ritual services. May let their paths May lesser beings have samadhi, mindfulness, strength, the dharani of non-forgetfulness, and attain supreme wisdom. May tormenting fires be cooled. And when we pass away from this life, may we be born from a lotus in that Buddha-filled qualities complete, become a vessel for transmitting the teachings of conquerors such as King of Melodious Sound, and cause them to light. To the Bhagavan Tathagata Arhat, fully enlightened Buddha, stainless excellent gold, great jewel who accomplishes all vows, I prostrate, offer, and go for refuge. To the Bhagavan Tathagata Arhat, fully enlightened Buddha, stainless excellent gold, great jewel who accomplishes all vows, I prostrate, offer, and go for refuge. To the Bhagavan Tathagata Arhat, fully enlightened Buddha, stainless excellent gold, great jewel who accomplishes all vows, I prostrate, offer, and go for refuge. To the Bhagavan Tathagata Arhat, fully enlightened Buddha, stainless excellent gold, great jewel who accomplishes all vows, I prostrate, offer, and go for refuge. To the Bhagavan Tathagata Arhat, fully enlightened Buddha, stainless excellent gold, great jewel who accomplishes all vows, I prostrate, offer, and go for refuge. To the Bhagavan Tathagata Arhat, fully enlightened Buddha, stainless excellent gold, great jewel who accomplishes all vows, I prostrate, offer, and go for refuge. To the Bhagavan Tathagata Arhat, fully enlightened Buddha, stainless excellent gold, great jewel who accomplishes all vows, I prostrate, offer, and go for refuge. Please may the pledges you made ripen upon myself and all sentient beings right now. May all my pure prayers succeed immediately. Golden in color, like the river Tsambu with Dharma teaching mudra. Having accomplished 4 prayers, majestic with the glory of 2 accumulations, glorious one of the Buddha field, incense filled, I prostrate to stainless excellent gold. Paramount among golds, like the gold of the river Tsambu, blazing with more radiance than 1,000 suns, body like a stainless golden stupa, I prostrate to stainless excellent gold. I make every collection of offerings actually arranged and emanated to the force of mantra, samadhi, and aspiration. I confess all downfalls and negativities, rejoice in virtues, request and beseech to dedicate such virtues as these to the great enlightenment. Through the force of hearing the conqueror's name, expressing it, remembering, prostrating, offering, for all sentient beings such as ourselves, may the short-lived gain longevity, the poor full wealth, may combatants come to have loving minds, may we not be without training and fall to the lower realms, but be bound by our vows and never without bodhicitta. And when we pass away from this life, may we be born from a lotus in that Buddha field qualities complete, become a vessel for transmitting the teachings of conquerors, such as stainless excellent gold, and cause them delight. To the Bhagavan Tathagata Arhat, fully enlightened Buddha, supreme glory, free from sorrow, I prostrate, offer, and go for refuge. To the Bhagavan Tathagata Arhat, fully enlightened Buddha, supreme glory, free from sorrow, I prostrate, offer, and go for refuge. To the Bhagavan Tathagata Arhat, fully enlightened Buddha, supreme glory, free from sorrow, I prostrate, offer, and go for refuge. To the Bhagavan Tathagata Arhat, fully enlightened Buddha, supreme glory, free from sorrow, prostrate, offer, and go for refuge. To the Bhagavan Tathagata Arhat, fully enlightened Buddha, supreme glory, free from sorrow, I prostrate, offer, and go for refuge. To the Bhagavan Tathagata Arhat, fully enlightened Buddha, supreme glory, free from sorrow, I prostrate, offer, and go for refuge. To the Bhagavan Tathagata Arhat, fully enlightened Buddha, supreme glory, free from sorrow, I prostrate, offer, and go for refuge. Please may the pleasures you made ripen upon myself and all sentient beings right now. May all my pure prayers succeed immediately. I read in color with mudra of meditated equipoise, who accomplished 4 prayers, majestic with the glory of 2 accumulations, glorious one of the Buddha field without sorrow, I prostrate to supreme glory, free from sorrow. Pass beyond sorrow, attain to supreme bliss, pacifier of sentient beings, 3 poisons and sufferings, protector of beings of the 6 realms, to the glorified supreme glory, free from sorrow, I prostrate. I make every collection of offerings actually arranged and emanated through the force of mantra, samadhi, and aspiration. I confess all downfalls and negativities, rejoice in virtues, request and beseech and dedicate such virtues as these to the great enlightenment. Through the force of hearing the conqueror's name, expressing it, remembering, prostrating, offer, for all sentient beings such as ourselves. May sorrow and the like always be pacified, and life be long and happy. May the conqueror's light increase bliss and joy in the hells. May we have brightness, beauty, and wealth unharmed by spirits. May we have love for each other, and may there be no disease. And when we pass away from this life, may we be born from a lotus in that Buddha field, qualities complete, become a vessel for transmitting the teachings of the conquerors, such as supreme glory, free from sorrow, and cause them delight. To the Bhagwan Tathagata Arhat, full enlightened Buddha, Melodious Ocean proclaimed Dharma, I prostrate, offer, and go for refuge. To the Bhagwan Tathagata Arhat, fully enlightened Buddha, Melodious Ocean of proclaimed Dharma, I prostrate, offer, and go for refuge. To the Bhagwan Tathagata Arhat, fully enlightened Buddha, Melodious Ocean of proclaimed Dharma, I prostrate, offer, and go for refuge. To the Bhagwan Tathagata Arhat, fully enlightened Buddha, Melodious Ocean of proclaimed Dharma, I prostrate, offer, and go for refuge. To the Bhagwan Tathagata Arhat, fully enlightened Buddha, Melodious Ocean of proclaimed Dharma, prostrate, offer, and go for refuge. To the Bhagwan Tathagata Arhat, fully enlightened Buddha, Melodious Ocean of proclaimed Dharma, prostrate, offer, and go for refuge. To the Bhagwan Tathagata Arhat, fully enlightened Buddha, Melodious Ocean of proclaimed Dharma, I prostrate, offer, and go for refuge. Please may the pledges you made right upon myself and all sentient beings right now, may all my pure prayers succeed immediately. Pink in color, with mudra of teaching the Dharma, who accomplished 4 prayers, majestic for the glory of 2 accumulations, glorious one of the Buddha field, victory banner of Dharma, I prostrate to Melodious Ocean of proclaimed Dharma. Great sound of Dharma, conquering adversaries, endowed with speech as deep as the ocean, pacifier of being suffering without exception, I prostrate to Melodious Ocean of proclaimed Dharma. I make every collection of offerings actually arranged and emanated through the force of mantra, samadhi, and aspiration. I confess all downfalls and negativities, rejoice in virtues, request and beseech and dedicate such virtues as these to the great enlightenment. Through the force of hearing the conqueror's name, expressing it, remembering, prostrating, offering, for all sentient beings such as ourselves, may always have perfect human faith, hear the sound of Dharma, and be enriched with bodhicitta. For the sake of resources, may we give up negativities, may wealth increase. May we abide in love, have long lives, and be content. And when we pass away from this life, may we be born from a lotus in that Buddha feels qualities complete, become a vessel for transmitting teachings of conquerors such as the Melodious Ocean of proclaimed Dharma, and cause them delight. To the Bhagwan Tathagata Arhat, full enlightened Buddha, delightful King of clear knowing, supreme wisdom and ocean of Dharma, I prostrate, offer, and go for refuge. To the Bhagwan Tathagata Arhat, full enlightened Buddha, delightful King of clear knowing, supreme wisdom of an ocean of Dharma, I prostrate, offer, and go for refuge. To the Bhagwan Tathagata Arhat, full enlightened Buddha, delightful King of clear knowing, supreme wisdom of an ocean of Dharma, I prostrate, offer, and go for refuge. To the Bhagwan Tathagata Arhat, full enlightened Buddha, delightful King of clear knowing, supreme wisdom of an ocean of Dharma, I prostrate, offer, and go for refuge. To the Bhagwan Tathagata Arhat, fully enlightened Buddha, delightful King of clear knowing, supreme wisdom of an ocean of Dharma, I prostrate, offer, and go for refuge. To the Bhagwan Tathagata Arhat, fully enlightened Buddha, delightful King of clear knowing, supreme wisdom of an ocean of Dharma, I prostrate, offer, and go for refuge. To the Bhagwan Tathagata Arhat, fully enlightened Buddha, delightful King of clear knowing, supreme wisdom of an ocean of Dharma, I prostrate, offer, and go for refuge. Please may the pledges you made ripen upon myself and all sentient beings right now, may all my pure prayers succeed immediately. Coral colored with mudra of granting the Supreme, who accomplished 4 prayers. Majestic with the glory of 2 accumulations, glorious one of the Buddha field ocean of jewels, I prostrate to King of clear knowing. Mind of profound Dharma wisdom difficult to fathom, sporting in the pure sphere of truth. One who sees all noble objects directly, I prostrate to King of clear knowing. I make every collection of offerings actually arranged and emanated to the force of mantra, samadhi, and aspiration. I confess all downfalls and negativities, rejoice in virtues, request and beseech and dedicate such virtues as these to the great enlightenment. To the force of hearing the conqueror's name, expressing, remembering, prostrating, offering, for all sentient beings such as ourselves, may the distracted be free of malice and rich in goods. May those on evil paths to low realms attain the 10 virtues. May those controlled by others gain perfect independence, and all have long life, hear the names, and be virtuous. And when we pass away from this life, may we, born in a lotus in that Buddha field qualities complete, become a vessel for transmitting the teachings of conquerors such as King of Clear Knowing, and cause them delight. To the Bhagavan Tathagata Arhat, fully enlightened Buddha, medicine guru, king of lapis light, I prostrate, offer, and go for refuge. To the Bhagavan Tathagata Arhat, fully enlightened Buddha, medicine guru, king of lapis light, I prostrate, offer, and go for refuge. To the Bhagavan Tathagata Arhat, fully enlightened Buddha, medicine guru, king of lapis light, I prostrate, offer, and go for refuge. To the Bhagavan Tathagata Arhat, fully enlightened Buddha, medicine guru, king of lapis light, I prostrate, offer, and go for refuge. To the Bhagavan Tathagata Arhat, fully enlightened Buddha, medicine guru, king of lapis light, I prostrate, offer, and go for refuge. To the Bhagavan Tathagata Arhat, fully enlightened Buddha, medicine guru, king of lapis light, I prostrate, offer, and go for refuge. To the Bhagavan Tathagata Arhat, fully enlightened Buddha, medicine guru, king of lapis light, I prostrate, offer, and go for refuge. Please may the pledges you made ripen upon myself and all sentient beings right now. May all my pure prayers succeed immediately. Blue color with mudra granting the supreme, accomplished 12 prayers, majestic with the glory of 2 accumulations. Endorsement of the Buddha field lapis light, I prostrate to medicine guru, king of doctors. Bhagavan with equal compassion for all, whose name when merely heard dispels the suffering of lower realms, dispel of disease and the 3 poisons, I prostrate to medicine Buddha, lapis light. I make every collection of offerings actually arranged and emanated to the force of mantra, samadhi, and aspiration. I confess all downfalls and negativities. Rejoice in virtues. Request and beseech and dedicate such virtues as these to the great enlightenment. Through the force of hearing the conqueror's name, expressing it, remembering, prostrating, offer, may each and every sentient being such as ourselves all become like you, graced with marks and signs. May the light dispelling darkness, the enjoyment of wisdom and skillful means be inexhaustible. May those attracted to mistaken and lesser paths enter Mahayana paths and all be beautified by their vows. May we be free from pain caused by immorality, be complete in faculties and without disease and have abundant goods. May those disillusioned with the weakest conditions always have powerful faculties. And may we be free from Mara's noose and perverse viewpoints. May those tormented by kings gain bliss, and those who out of hunger support themselves through negativity be satisfied with food received in accordance with the Dharma. May hardships of heat and cold be pacified, and all good wishes be fulfilled. Endowed with morality that pleases the Aryas, may we be liberated. And when we pass away from this life, may we be born from a lotus in that Buddha field qualities complete, become a vessel for transmitting the teachings of conquerors such as medicine guru, king of doctors, and cause them delight. To the Bhagavan Tathagata Arhat, full enlightened Buddha, glorious conqueror Shakyamuni, I prostrate, offer, and go for refuge. To the Bhagavan Tathagata Arhat, full enlightened Buddha, glorious conqueror Shakyamuni, I prostrate, offer, and go for refuge. To the Bhagavan Tathagata Arhat, fully enlightened Buddha, glorious conqueror Shakyamuni, I prostrate, offer, and go for refuge. To the Bhagavan Tathagata Arhat, fully enlightened Buddha, glorious conqueror Shakyamuni, I prostrate, offer, and go for refuge. To the Bhagavan Tathagata Arhat, fully enlightened Buddha, glorious conqueror Shakyamuni, I prostrate, offer, and go for refuge. To the Bhagavan Tathagata Arhat, fully enlightened Buddha, glorious conqueror Shakyamuni, I prostrate, offer, and go for refuge. To the Bhagavan Tathagata Arhat, fully enlightened Buddha, glorious conqueror Shakyamuni, I prostrate, offer, and go for refuge. Please may the pledges you made ripen upon myself and all sentient beings right now. May all my pure prayers succeed immediately. Golden in color with earth pressing mudra, who through the force of unique great compassion and enthusiasm became the glorious one of this, the fearless world system, I prostrate to the supreme leader, head of the Shakyas. Born in the Shakya lineage out of skillful means and compassion, unchallenged by others, conquerors of Mara's forces, body majestic as the golden Mount Meru, I prostrate to the king of the Shakyas. I make every collection of offerings actually arranged and emanated through the force of mantra, samadhi, and aspiration. I confess all downfalls and negativities, rejoice in virtues. Request and beseech and dedicate such virtues as these to the great enlightenment. Pray, bless us and all beings alike a protector, to receive here immediately, without exception, the benefits as taught by the Supreme Teacher in the extensive sutra ritual of Medicine Buddha. So this stanza we'll say 3 times. Supreme lamp dispelling the darkness of ignorance, foremost of medicines alleviating suffering and disease, to the entire sublime jewel of Dharma, I prostrate, offer, and go for refuge. Supreme lamp dispelling the darkness of ignorance, foremost of medicines alleviating suffering and disease, to the entire sublime jewel of Dharma, I prostrate, offer, and go for refuge. Supreme lamp dispelling the darkness of ignorance, foremost of medicines alleviating suffering and disease, to the entire sublime jewel of Dharma, I prostrate, offer, and go for refuge. Homage to the Mother Victorious Ones, perfection of wisdom and holy Dharma are the 3 vehicles, who totally destroys the dark seed of suffering's cause and uproots the pain of suffering completely. I make every collection of offerings actually arranged and emanate to the force of mantra, samadhi, and aspiration. I confess all downfalls and negativities, rejoice in virtues. Request and beseech and dedicate such virtues as these to the great enlightenment. Through the blessings of the truth of the holy Dharma jewel, may I all and all others, henceforth in all our lives, practice the Buddha's teachings in their entirety exactly as the Buddhas intended. The Conqueror's Heart commitments were invoked by 36,000 sons of Sugatas, including Manjushri, Kabdul, and Vajrapani, thus requested they proclaim this sutra's benefits. Pray manifest all of them for me here and now, and to the worldly protector Yaku's leaders as well, as you promised to do before previous teachers, to stop enemies, harmers, epidemics, pacify all conflict, increase physical and mental bliss, increase wealth, power, property, crops, and lifespan, accomplish these desired roles as we wish, and always protect us without break. Okay, so now we come to the mantra recitation. So we are going to say the common pronunciation of the long mantra and then the common pronunciation of the short mantra. So let's say the long one out loud 7 times, and then we'll do 13 of the short ones, and then on the 14th one we'll say it together out loud. So a total of 21. Om Namo Bhagavate Bekanze Guru Bedurya Chabarazaya Tatakataya Arate Samyak Sambuddhaya Teata Om Bekanze Bekanze Maha Bekanze Bekanze Rata Samugate Soha Om Namo Bhagavate Bekanze Guru Bedurya Chabarazaya Tatakataya Arate Samyak Sambuddhaya Teata Om Bekanze Bekanze Maha Bekanze Bekanze Rata Samugate Soha Om Namo Bhagavate Bekanze Guru Bedurya Chabarazaya Tatakataya Arate Samyak Sambuddhaya Teata Om Bekanze Bekanze Maha Bekanze Bekanze Rata Samugate Soha Om Namo Bhagavate Bekanze Guru Bedurya Chabarazaya Tatakataya Arate Samyak Sambuddhaya Teata Om Bekanze Bekanze Maha Bekanze Bekanze Rata Samugate Soha Om Namo Bhagavate Bekanze Guru Bedira Chabarazaya Tatakataya Arate Samyak Sambuddhaya Teata Om Bekanze Bekanze Maha Bekanze Bekanze Rata Samugate Soha Om Namo Bhagavate Bekanze Guru Bedira Chabarazaya Tatakataya Arate Samyak Sambuddhaya Teata Om Bekanze Bekanze Maha Bekanze Bekanze Rata Samugate Soha Om Namo Bhagavate Bekanze Guru Bedira Tabarazaya Tatakataya Arate Samyak Sambuddhaya Teata Om Bekanze Bekanze Maha Bekanze Bekanze Rata Samugate Soha Teata Bekanze Teyata Om Bekanze Bekanze Maha Bekanze Bekanze Radha Samugate Soha. Guru, whose kindness is without equal, King of the Shakis, Manjushri, Shantarakshita, and so on, holding in their hands this profound sutra, to the direct and lineage gurus I prostrate, to the compassionate ones who liberate, district beings, to the seven Sagatas, Buddha Shakyamuni and Holy Dharma, to Manjushri, Kabru, Vajrapani, Brahman, Ishvara, and the Maharajas and Yakshas I prostrate. I make every collection of offerings actually arranged and emanated through the force of mantra, samadhi, and aspiration. I confess all downfalls and negativities, rejoice in virtues, request and beseech and dedicate such virtues as these to the great enlightenment. Whatever I've done or caused to be done that was unprepared or degenerated or done with my deluded mind, please be patient with all of these. Whatever the beings of this degenerate age have done, of lesser merit mixed with ignorant delusions that did not fulfill the hour's wishes, please be patient with these as well. Under the influence of marginless lacking in skill, having made bad offerings or faulty arrangements, O protector endowed with great compassion, please be patient with these as well. Whatever was superfluous or left undone, degeneration part of ritual, or whatever was forgotten, please be patient with these as well. By remaining here together with this image, for the sake of all migrators, may you grant us long life without illness, power, and supreme attainment. Om Supatishta Benzaye Soha. The hosts of medicine Buddha deities pervading all directions around a space with perfection, some raining down multicolored lotuses, some singing songs requesting goodness, some acting to conquer Mars and obstructors, and all bestowing on you supreme good fortune. Know this full well and be very joyful, and I shall voice sweet melody expressing auspiciousness. Supreme teacher of humans and gods, touching my crown to your feet of jewel moonlight, grants the glory of good fortune of Kumuda flowers blossoming, to Manendra, moon of expounders, I prostrate. Manjushri and great abbot Shantarakshita, Jisan Detsen, Atisha father and sons, second conqueror Losang and so on, to the auspiciousness of all collected good qualities, the supreme root and lineage gurus, of all negativity and generation ended, and bliss and goodness increasing like the waxing moon, may be auspicious to enjoy the glory of perfection. Accomplishing a supreme ocean of prayers invoking truth during the teacher's decline for protectorless beings who are untamed by other sunlight conquerors, to the auspiciousness of all collected good qualities of those seven Sagatas protect us during degenerate times, may all negativity and degeneration be ended, and bliss and goodness increasing like the waxing moon, may be auspicious to enjoy the glory of perfection. Rising well from the broad lotus-like tongue of the Lord of the Able Ones, especially exalted even in the later days of the Shakya's teachings, such that if performed one gains the essence of immortality's ambrosia, to the auspiciousness of all collected good qualities of that King of the vast and profound Sutra Pitaka, may all negativity and degeneration be ended, and bliss and goodness increasing like the waxing moon, may be auspicious to enjoy the glory of perfection. So the auspiciousness of all collected good qualities of those children of the lineage performing sutra ritual, by simply reciting the names of the kings of doctors of all realms, 10 directions, and through the especially extensive prayers of the teacher Buddha and the Sagatas, may all negativity and degeneration be ended, and bliss and goodness increasing like the waxing moon, may it be auspicious to enjoy the glory of perfection. Accomplished through the compassion mantra of the Sagatas, through faith, samadhi, and words of truth, construction of jewels, abode of 3 jewels beyond the 3 realms, to the auspiciousness of all collected good qualities of the supreme Buddha field equal to Sukhavati, may all negativity and degeneration be ended, and bliss and goodness increasing like the waxing moon. May it be auspicious to enjoy the glory of perfection. Now, before we start the dedication prayers, we can recall our intention for doing the practice today, and also we need to rejoice in having the Kadamba Center sponsor this Medicine Buddha Puja for us so that we can participate it and gain this wonderful merit. Now in the second line, right here, Geshe-la has asked us to say, in this, attain the state of medicine Buddha instead of saying attain the state of a Guru Buddha. Due to the merits of these virtuous actions, may I quickly attain the state of medicine Buddha and lead all living beings without exception into that enlightened state. May the supreme jewel bodhicitta that has not arisen arise and grow, and may that which has arisen not diminish but increase more and more. Just as the brave Manjushri and Samantabhadra realize things as they are, I too dedicate all these merits in the best way that I may follow their perfect example. I dedicate all these roots of virtue with a dedication to praise of the best by the victorious one Taskana 3 times, so I might perform good works. Do the merits accumulate over 3 times by myself and all the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, which are empty from their own side, may the eye was empty from its own side, achieve the state of enlightenment which is empty from its own side, and lead all sentient beings who are empty from their own side to that state as quickly as possible by myself alone, because of all the merits of the 3 times created by me and all the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas and other sentient beings. May there be no wars, famines, disease, quarreling, fighting, or unhappy minds. May there be great prosperity, and may everything needed be easily obtained. May all the human beings of the world be guided by spiritual leaders teaching only Dharma, and may everyone enjoy the happiness of the Dharma. And then thou the long life prayers. In the land encircled by snow mountains, you're the source of all happiness and good. All powerful Chenrezi Tenzin Gyatso, please remain until samsara ends. The one who masters speech at a very young age, the one with great patience, received the name Avatare, the one with great precision who spread the teachings, Lama Tsongkhapa and Bliss Void, Lama ornament of the Yellow Hat tradition, please remain until samsara ends. You uphold the subduers more way, who serve as a bountiful bearer-all, sustaining, preserving, spreading Manchana's victorious doctrine, masterfully accomplished magnificent prayers honoring the 3 jewels, save for myself and others, your disciples. Please, please live long. And 7 green tar mantras for Geshe-la and Geshe samples. Long, happy, healthy lives. Om Tare Tu Re So Ha. 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 Thank you, everyone. Thank you for joining.
Thanks, Lamala. Thank you.
Thank you.